welcome. I'm Kris Kendall, your host of Fulfilled After 40, the podcast. Today, I'm here with Elis. Welcome, Elis.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Kris.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
excited to talk to you and talk to your audience.
Oh, good, good. Well, then we could just jump right in. I'd love to hear what's going on with you and your business and your life and everything.
Okay. So this year's been an interesting year. So I'm a franchise owner of the Entrepreneur Source, and what I do in my business is empower clients to learn about business ownership as a vehicle of success through franchising. It's been an interesting year business-wise because I got married in January and I've done a lot of personal travel. So I have not been, I've worked hard in the business, but it's one of those businesses where you really just kind of have to keep talking to people. And because I've been gone, it's been difficult. And then I decided in January to start this Rachel Rogers Hello Seven sort of coaching certification program, which is how we met. And that's taken way more time than I thought it was going to, honestly. So it's been a really busy year. But the big exciting thing was that I got married in January. My husband and I, after being together for 9 years, he was waiting for me really because I've been married twice and he's been married twice. And we're like, when we first met, I was like, listen, I'm not looking to ever get married ever again. And slowly he kept breaking me down because he's such a good guy. And so that's been the thing this year is, just, continuing to have fun, build memories, but also trying to work the business and also doing a lot of professional development this year, and just trying to, now it's like putting everything into implementation mode so that I can actually get a return on investment on the stuff that I have done.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations on your new wedding or your new marriage, I guess. That's very exciting.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the third one's a charm for sure.
Yes. Good, good. Excellent. Well, good. Okay, so tell me a little bit about where you're at with your new business. So you've been doing lots of professional development. You've got a lot going on in your existing career. Are you adding on to the franchise side of things, or are you starting something new?
Honestly, I'm really struggling with this because I'm going to be frank, I'm 56 and I'm not looking to start something brand new right now. I am at a point in my life where being fulfilled after 40 for me is living my best life. And that means taking care of my health, traveling, spending time with the people I love. And yes, being productive and impactful in my community is still important to me, but my priorities have shifted a little bit. I work to live, not live to work. Work-life balance after, and just so you know, just to have a little reference, I spent 27 years in the military. I have a 30-year career in healthcare. I'm a nurse practitioner by trade. And I got into business ownership so that I can control my schedule, because working in healthcare, you always had to be at the hospital at a certain time or be in the clinic at a certain time. And frankly, I was just burned out. So I wanted to be able to utilize my skills as an educator and as a coach and mentor to do something else and make money in a different way. So how I transformed my career 3 years ago is I invested in this franchise and I started this franchise business, and basically using a coaching methodology to teach people and empower them on how they can get into business ownership through franchising. And I believe in the franchise world because, if you're someone that doesn't have like you don't have that big, great idea, like the next Amazon or the next, I don't know, Apple or whatever, but you really want to do entrepreneurship, but you don't know where to start. Franchising is a great way to break into business ownership, because the framework is there, the marketing is there, the systems are there, the support system is there. So really, if you can follow a list and you can follow the framework that they're giving you and you're willing to put the work in, it's a really great way to break into entrepreneurship, in your community or, remotely, whatever. And there's a lot of different business people, so yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like I love to hear that you have prioritized and you are prioritizing the important things, really the important things.
Absolutely.
So that's very, very refreshing to hear. So if you could like design your perfect life in like 12 months from now, what would that look like? What would your day be?
God, I love that question. That's a great question, Kris. It would be, so I started doing the Miracle Mornings. So I would like to spend more time doing the Miracle Mornings, maybe instead of an hour, just doing maybe 2 hours, so I can exercise for a full hour and do a reading for a good half hour. It would be doing the Miracle Morning, working 3 days a week, no more than four. And the rest of the time just spending time with my family, my son, my husband, my dogs, and traveling. I love to travel. I'm a huge traveler. In fact, I just got back from Portugal and Spain, and it was amazing. And that's something, travel is something that's always fed me, even as a young woman. That's why I joined the military, because I wanted adventure. So and then there's some life goals that I still want to fulfill. Like I would love to take dance lessons with my husband. I would love to write a book at some point. And, so those are two things that, two of the things that I would still like to fulfill before I hit my deathbed.
Okay. All right. Yeesh. Okay. So 3 days a week, you're going to work in your perfect world. What are you doing? What is your job at that point? What is work?
My job would be to coach clients to their
That's
next level. Yeah, to transform them and transform their lives. I would not start work. My first client wouldn't start till 10 in the morning, and I
mhm.
would be done by 3:30 at the very latest. And the rest of the time would be prepping and kind of getting ready and doing whatever administrative stuff I need to get done. Yeah, in the morning I would get up, work out, do some reading, do some gratitude journaling, and then get to work. And then my husband loves to cook, so then have dinner and just spend some downtime with my family.
Okay. I love this. It's beautiful. Okay. So your ideal job is coaching. Now, is this coaching in your franchise world or coaching in a different capacity?
I really struggle with this. That's a really good question, because I really struggle because I love the franchise world. It's a really great community. And I really would love to see more minorities, women, and more people of color, minorities in business and communities. And I think franchising is a great way to break into that. And I think honestly, right now, what I'm thinking is that I'm going to take what I've learned through the Hello Seven coaching program and just implement it into my already coaching practice through the Entrepreneur Source. I don't think I'm going to come up with any brand new offer at this point. I just frankly just don't have the bandwidth. So I think that's where I'm leaning towards, even though I just hired a business coach and I'm working with her to kind of figure out what's next. Because really, I love working with women. And I know that I have led a very interesting life. And I know that I've inspired people quietly without meaning to, but I've had people say to me, you've inspired me. And I like to take all those lessons that I've had through life, through the military, through my healthcare career, through divorces and marriages and children and raising, and coach women, to let them know that there is life after 40, there is life after 50, there's life after 60. It's just making the decision of what is it that you want to accomplish and actually working towards it, and changing your mind too, because it's the only limits we have in life, it's ourselves. Whatever limits you put on yourself, that's your limit. But there's no limitation to your creativity or your health or even your wealth. The only limits that we have is the limits that we put on ourselves. And so that would be my ideal, to help more women and minorities get into business ownership through franchising. And then maybe in another year or so, maybe get into a coaching practice where I strictly just coach women
Okay.
as well.
All right. No, I think that that's a great plan. And you've already got a system in place. So if you're enjoying it, yeah, no sense in reinventing the wheel there. Okay. So let's talk about a couple of these bucket list items that you have. So dance lessons. What is stopping you from doing that now?
Just time, just really time. And my husband and I have an interesting living arrangement right now, because we've been together for a long time. And he has his place, I have my place, and we're still trying to figure out how we're going to combine all this because we also have a 14-year-old. He has a 14-year-old, my 14-year-old stepson who's still in school, and there's the whole school district thing and
Yeah.
his thinking about his mom. And so it's just logistically, it's just a little bit complicated. But really it's just making
Yeah.
the time right now. And we've had a really, really busy year. And he says he's open to it. I don't know how open he is, but just I think I'm really about not giving gifts because we don't need anything, but giving experiences. So I think maybe for Christmas, I may be like, okay, I have 6 lessons for us to go do this, and we're just gonna do it.
Yes, I love that. Perfect. Okay, so there's a plan in place to make
Mhm.
that happen. Excellent. Okay. And my background is writing and publishing. I feel like we've had this conversation maybe a few months ago, briefly. So you are thinking about writing a book, or it's always been a dream to write a book. So tell me, if you could write a book right now, what would it be about?
It would be about my life. It would be a memoir and just the life lessons. So I grew up in a single Puerto Rican household, and just my life lessons through it, I think can be very inspirational for young women, not just Puerto Rican young women, but just women in general. I could have very easily fallen into the cycle of single parenthood, and well, I did actually, but one of my big things then is I did not want to be a part of the cycle of teenage pregnancy and not getting out of my community and all of that. I really had big aspirations to do something big with my life. And I still don't think I've reached that yet, believe it or not. So I think I wish that there were more Puerto Rican women or more uh, aspirational women that can be like, you know what, just because you got pregnant as a teenager doesn't mean that that has to stop your life. Or, just because you did this, I can go on. I have like stories
Okay, so let's
but just
back.
just
Yeah.
challenges and just being an inspirational story to life lessons for
Yeah.
others to share.
Okay. All right. I love that. So have you started documenting any of these? Have you started writing any down?
I even
Okay.
have a name for the book, but I don't know. I think I have like 15 pages that I started, but I haven't like
15
done it.
pages like in a Word document kind of pages?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, that's a good amount actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a good amount. All right. So what about making that an actual goal for like the coming year? Is that
I
something
could.
that you're ready to start like getting done?
Yeah, I think I could. I think once this certification program is done, I can like breathe a little bit. And then since I'm not creating any new offer, I can just focus on my business. And I still work part-time as a nurse practitioner. So that's the other thing I got going on, which
Hmm.
takes up a lot of time. So yeah, I'll have you hold me accountable for that.
I will. Yeah, because even just, 30 minutes a day, one chapter, one story, just write one story a week or something like that, just get it written down
Uh,
and don't worry about editing, don't worry about format, just get it into a document.
yeah, I probably have about 15 pages written. And I took Robert Hartwell's Strength on Stages, so I wrote a couple of stories for that too. Yeah. All right, Kris, I'm gonna have you hold
Okay.
me accountable.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, I'm excited. And when you get to the point where you're done with the book, then I'll help you get it published and we'll go through the next steps. Those are the
Oh, I
parts that
love
I enjoy
this.
the most. But all right, well that's exciting. Okay, so you're going to write a book. You're going to
I'm
get your
gonna take
dance
dance
classes.
lessons.
Yeah. And you are going to bring your new certification training into your existing business. So you're all set.
Yeah, I have, it seems a lot easier now. It's just implementing everything, and
Yeah.
and really right now I was talking to one of the other cadets in the program, and I said right now, because she's like, what are you doing? And I said right now I'm just focusing on what do I need to get done today.
Yeah.
Today I had a full client schedule, so that was my focus today. I did the miracle morning in the morning. I'm trying to, as soon as we're done with our session today, I'm going to pack up and head over to my husband's place and surprise him. And then tomorrow I got another busy business day, but I hope that in between that I can spend some time with him and the dogs. And Saturday I work at the spa. So, life is just really busy right now. So I'm just taking it one day at a time. And at some point I need to sit down and study for this test and get it done.
Yes, yes, yeah. Well, it's open book. You'll get that. That's easy. So for those who aren't familiar, what is the Miracle
The
Mile?
Miracle More. Oh, I don't have the book. I
Yeah.
have it upstairs in my bedroom. So the Miracle Morning was written by Hellrod, and basically he had gone through some life stuff, and then he realized that he started doing a lot of research on what do the most successful people do in their mornings, and what he realized is that people had one practice. One person did affirmations, another person meditated, another person exercised, another person journaled. And he says, well, why not do all six things in the morning? And it doesn't have to take really long, but just to get in that habit and to wake up in the morning and just have this hour or so of focused meditation or whatever. So he calls it the savor. So the first one is silence, so meditating for a minute or a couple minutes. And what he did was he did like 10 minutes, so it would be an hour, and then he just kept increasing it as he started feeling better. So he meditated for an hour. So silence was the S. The A is affirmations. The V is visualization. The E is exercise. And the R is reading. And then the last S is scribing or journaling. So what I'm trying to do every morning is get up a little bit earlier every morning and do these 6 practices every morning, which I've always kind of like did, but now it's like more of a system. It's getting it more focused. And so I get up in the morning, and he has an app, the Miracle Morning, if people are interested in, and he's got the Miracle Morning app. He also has a book. He has a very inspirational story. He's almost died twice. But anyways, and there's a whole movement, the Miracle Morning thing. But he was a keynote speaker at my national conference for the franchise last week. And it's just a cool concept of taking all these 6 things and start implementing into your life and actually seeing the difference. So yeah, and I already feel like more positive just doing this, and I feel more accomplished. By 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm more accomplished. I've had my meditation, my exercise, my reading, my affirmations, my visualization, my bed is made, and now it's like,
Yeah, you're ready to attack the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to attack the world. And my exercise is definitely more than 10 minutes. But if someone has an exercise, even getting up and doing 10 minutes of jumping jacks or lunges or whatever, just to kind of start getting you into that mode, will be helpful, because we don't move enough. And I don't know about you all day, but I spend a lot of time sitting and on Zoom, and I have to counteract that some way.
Yes. This chair behind me is my office. This is where I sit 15 hours a day. And then I moved to the other side of the room into a couch. So yes, I sit a lot. I can relate. Good. I know.
Yes. And with Rachel, with the coaching program, when she talks about the daily 7s, and exercise is one of them. So I'm a big exerciser, just that's always happened even before the military. So now it's like when I don't exercise, I just don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't sleep well. So that's, the last few months, because I've been traveling so much, I kind of got out of it, and I'm like, okay, now I need to get back into it.
Yeah. Well, and that's true. I mean, as we get older, if you don't, the body's the one thing that no matter how much money you have in the bank, you can't just replace things and make them new again. You have to take care of what you've got. And yeah.
Right now, I am obsessed with this woman on Instagram. There's a couple of women on Instagram, but this particular woman, I think she's 75, and she started her lifting, weight loss, health journey, like really started it with her daughter's help at the age of like 70 or 72. And she's buff and she looks great. And I told my husband, I said, that's going to be me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. And now, right? Don't wait till you're 72.
Oh, no. But I just said that at that age, that's what I want.
Yeah. You're still going to be
at the optimal of my health. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, good. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Well, I've got you.
I don't know. I think for women, I just want to, the message that I have is don't let divorce, being laid off, terminated, kids' illness, just how life throws all these crises at you. Don't let that stop you from living your best life. Just one of the things that Hal said on his keynote speech, which I thought was really powerful, was, peace it's a consciousness, it's not an emotion. But also, if there's something that's really hard in your life, you say, I can't change that, and take that lesson and move on. Because if you get stuck there, that's when we get depressed and get despondent, and things change and things stop. And I think if you know my whole life story, I could very easily be that depressed, despondent person. I've been through a lot of stuff, and I've never allowed any of the things I've been to keep me down. I may have a couple of days of crying, and I may have a couple of days where, I'm like, why me? But it doesn't ever last long, because it just doesn't, it's not productive.
Yes. Good. Good. Well, that's awesome and very true. So thank you for reminding us about that. All right. Well, it's been so great to have you on the show, Elis. I appreciate your time. And I know you've got to get over to your husband's house.
So
See him.
we have the best of both worlds. We're very blessed. During the summer, we spend more time at his place because he lives on the water, and during the winter, we spend more time at my place. But this week, I've been so busy that I was like, don't
You stay there. Yeah, you stay there. I'll see you when I see you. I'll call you. Don't call me.
I know. All my friends are like, you have the most amazing arrangement.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, I have to say. Yeah, we recently got a lake house, and my husband spends a lot more time there working on it. And I'm like, it's pretty good. Like, so are you going to be going this week for a couple days? You could head out anytime you want. I'll be fine here.
Yeah, I told my husband, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So right now we haven't seen each other a few days. So I'm like, okay, I really miss you. So I'm going to surprise him, and he's going to be thrilled. And plus, I haven't seen Miles for like over a month, because we've been traveling, and then he's had school, and I've just been so busy. So it'll be fun.
Oh, good, good. All right. Well, you have a wonderful evening. Again, thank you so much for joining. And I look forward to the next time we talk.
Thank you, Kris, and thank you for the opportunity. I love the title and your mission right now, but staying focused on fulfilling after 40 is such a big thing for us. I think life starts at 40. I really do. What's that saying? Youth is wasted on the young.
Yes, exactly. It's true. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, Kris. Take care.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was another great episode. It was really fun to talk to Elis and hear about all the great things going on in her life. It sounds like she's got a really busy schedule, but she's got some really solid plans for making the important things happen and focusing on what's truly matters to her. And so that's really nice to hear. And I'm so excited for her and the journey that she's on. So if you would like to be a guest on Fulfilled After 40, the podcast, just visit the website, fulfilledafter40.com, and you can fill out a request form. I also want to remind you that I have the 2-day intensive that I am offering as a discount to listeners. If you go to fulfilledafter40.com/intensive, you'll see the discounted pricing there. It's for a 2-day hands-on workshop. I will travel to your location in the US, whichever city you want to meet in, and we'll just dig into the nitty-gritty for 2 days, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. We'll work through whatever issues you've got that are blocking you from building your business, finding happiness, and moving past any of the things that are stopping you from really finding fulfillment. We'll move through them, and we'll work on that together in your place that makes you happy. So looking forward to working with some of you on that level. And otherwise, we'll talk next week when I have another guest on. So have a great week, and we'll talk soon.